everyone and welcome to the Learning Ladder. I'm really excited to be sharing with you our curriculum choices for the 2023-2024 homeschool year. My daughter is 10 and will be going into 6th grade in September. So I'll be showing you all my curriculum choices in a minute, but one of the main things that we're going to be doing this year is my literature unit on Wings of Fire, which is called Dragon Academy. So I have made a video about Dragon Academy before, which I'll link below. So basically Dragon Academy covers a lot of our literature. It also covers science, it covers partially our history, a mini unit in our geography, all of our IT, and half of our art. So it does cover quite a lot of what we're going to be doing. So as I said, I'll leave the links below about Dragon Academy, but I'll also show you the books that we'll be using as part of Dragon Academy in the video, but I won't specifically be going into Dragon Academy because I have done that before. But I'm going to show you all the rest of our curriculum choices that we're using along with Dragon Academy this year. I also have curriculum videos from pre-K4 all the way up to now 6th grade in the description box linked. So if there are any other ages that you're interested to see what we did for that year, then don't forget to check out the links in the description box. Let's give this video a thumbs up, it really helps my channel, and also leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love it if you'd like to subscribe as well. So I will get started and show you our curriculum picks for the 2023-2024 homeschool year. I can't believe it, 6th grade, crazy. Okay, so for maths we are doing section 7.6, so this is the student book. We also have the solutions manual and tests and worksheets. And then what we're also doing is an addition is your business math, and we're doing pet store edition. So this is the teacher book and the student book, and this is from Simply Charlotte Mason. Okay, so for our curriculum choice for language arts is learning language arts through literature. So this is the teacher book. It's also got a student book with it. So as it says, it covers grammar, vocabulary, spelling, reading skills, creative writing, research and higher order reasoning. There are also 4 book studies. We're only doing 2 because we are doing book studies with Dragon Academy, which I'll talk all about in a bit. But the book studies that I decided to pick were Big Red and The Horse and His Boy out of the 4. For vocabulary, we continue using my All the Words book, which you can get off Amazon, and that's what it's like. So it has a place to pop the word in, define it, tell a joke with it if you want to, draw it, use it in a sentence, Greek or Latin root, another word I could use, and then make up a poem or riddle. You can choose what aspect you want to do on a daily basis. We alternate it. Some days we do certain things, some days we do something else. And we use it with the Mrs. Wordsmith Storyteller's Word a Day, and then also any vocabulary that comes up organically. There is writing included in learning language arts through literature, but on their website they also recommend Wordsmith Apprentice as a companion to the program. So I decided to get it this year. So this is for grades 4 through 6. There is also another one, I think it's 7 through 9 or 8 through 9, I'm not sure. But basically with this one they are taking part in a newspaper. So they're going to be learning different writing styles for the newspaper. It also has some grammar in here. Add-on grammar, not a specific grammar curriculum. It's more to do with writing, but the author is actually a fiction writer, which I really love when writers write books for children, because I think they're more creative. I don't know, I just really like that aspect. So that's what we're using for writing. And then I also found this workbook, Just Right, Creativity and Crafting Writing, and we'll be picking elements out of this one as well. If you'd like a flip through of anything, please do let me know in the comments below and I'll be happy to do that for you. And then we also have writing projects as part of Dragon Academy. For handwriting this year, I picked this Mammal Facts workbook. It's got a place for them to write and draw the fact that they have read, which I really like. And they're all facts about mammals, which is always fun. For reading skills, we are sticking with Harcourt Family Learning. This is the grade 6. Most of these are non-fiction, and we really enjoy those. And I did add this year a poetry and a fiction reading comprehension activity book as well. For spelling this year in grade 5 we did a combination of Spelling You See and All About Spelling. We're continuing with that and we're moving on to Asian achievements in Spelling You See and All About Spelling. This is the teacher and the student pack. I really like the combination of the two. And this goes really well with our history as well this year, because you're learning all about different, as the name suggests, achievements in the ancient times, which goes along great with our history. We're also going to be doing, as I mentioned before, Dragon Academy this year, and part of language arts is included in Dragon Academy. So in particular, Dragon Academy is based on the Wings of Fire series, books 1 through 6. So she's going to be reading books 1 through 6 and answering questions of comprehension, learning about different figurative language, doing copy work, and what we call scrolls work, so some writing assignments as well. So we have the Dragon Grammar book to help us with our Dragon grammar. Talent writing is copy work from the book, from the different books 1 through 6, so different samples from the chapters, specifically focusing on certain literature elements. So it could be figurative language, it could be great use of dialogue, and so on. So as part of her scrolls activity, so her language arts writing activity, she'll be doing 3 project-based activities throughout the year, as well as weekly activities using various Usborne books, which I'll show you in a minute. But as part of her writing project, she's going to be doing 3 projects. She's going to be making a picture book and retelling one of the events that happen in the books for a younger reader. She is going to be writing a creature magazine, and then she's also going to be writing a science fiction or fantasy story. And that is all scheduled out in our Dragon Academy schedule for her. I'll show you the books that we'll be using for Dragon Academy all at one time. It was just easier to do that, so stay tuned if you want to see the books we're using for Dragon Academy. For history this year, we're going to be doing Story of the World, Ancient Times, so we're cycling back through. So I have the book here, the audio, I have the activity book, and because this is our second time cycling through, I've added a few extra components. So we've got our history timeline notebook, and we've also got the CGP Ancient Egyptians study book and activity book. There'll also be a historical element to Dragon Academy, which I'll talk about in a minute. Okay, now for geography, we do have a mini unit in Dragon Academy on China, which I'll show you in a minute. But for the rest of the year, we'll be doing 2 things. So we'll be doing Collins Primary Geography book. This is all case study geography, which we really enjoy. The categories this year, it changes obviously for each level. We've got Planet Earth, so restless Earth, drinking water, local weather, planning issues, transport, conservation, and places we're visiting: England, Europe, South America, and Asia. And this year I actually did get the teacher book. I've never got the teacher book before, so I'm curious to see how different that will be. But basically it does have lesson plans, and it also has extra printables that you can use to go along with, so I'm excited to use that. And then we'll also be doing Junior Geography and Cultures from Guest Hollow. Now this is a literature-based curriculum, and it is also a buffet curriculum, so you have a ton of different cross-curricular and multiple resource activities. So you have videos, you have art, you have printables. There is so much that you can do with it. The reading list is extensive, but obviously as a buffet you can pick and choose what you want. So the books that I've picked to go along with are the DK People and Places, a children's encyclopedia, the Atlas Obscura, the Explorer's Guide, and I did purchase these either new or used because you use them multiple times throughout the curriculum, and our library is not good at all. Didn't have any of these ones, so it was just better to either buy used or new. So I also got the Geography from A to Z, a picture glossary, DK Wildlife of the World, Eyewitness Amazon, Where is the Tower of London, Norse Myths and Legends, The Frozen Worlds, The Big Book of the UK, Eyewitness Wonders of the World, Earth's Incredible Oceans, and Prisoners of Geography, Our World Explained in 12 Simple Maps. The other books to go along with our geography I purchased from her list was How to Draw Kawaii, Animals, People, Food and More, and Cooking Class Global Feast. So this has got all your different recipes in for the countries you're visiting. So those are the books that I decided to purchase. There are many more that she includes in her buffet, and as I said, there are lots of other things: activities, videos, music, so much. It's really an amazing curriculum, so I'm really excited for us to dive into it. Okay, now I'm going to show you all the books that we're going to be using with Dragon Academy. This does include our science as well as our art as well, and our IT. Okay, so the additional language arts books aside from Dragon Grammar were the Write Your Own Sci-Fi and Fantasy Storybook from Usborne and Write and Design Your Own Magazine book from Usborne. These are both for Dragon Academy Language Arts. For the Legends aspect, which is our dragon history, we're going to be using DK Dragon World. And for our mini unit on China, we're going to be using All About China Stories, Songs, Crafts and Games for Kids. That's by Tuttle. For our science, which is called Prey Center, due to the Dragon's Kitchen being called their prey center where they eat, and quite a bit of our science is kitchen science and some of it is edible, so that's why I've called it the Prey Center, and also elements. The books we're going to be using are Lift the Flap Usborne Periodic Table, Rocks, Scholastic Rocks, Minerals and Gems, the Kitchen Science Cookbook, the Usborne Geography Encyclopedia, Kitchen Chemistry from Nomad Press, Cool Crystals, Rocking Reactions and Magical Mixtures, Geology Lab for Kids, Biodiversity by Nomad Press, Biomes by Nomad Press, Science Experiments You Can Eat, What's Chemistry All About, and the Scholastic Periodic Table. These are absolutely stunning books. For our creature magazine, we have obviously the Usborne How to Make Your Own Magazine book that I just showed you a moment ago. We also have Griffins, Unicorns and Other Mythical Beasts. This is for knowledge gaining for our magazine, obviously. I also have Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and What's Where on Earth Animal Atlas. For IT, we'll be using Build Your Own Website for Beginners by Usborne and Coding for Beginners using Python. For art, we are using Dragon Art, How to Draw Fantastic Dragons and Fantasy Creatures, and also Drawing from Brenda Ellis, with so basically sketching with graphite pencils. This is the Art Core 1, it's got text and video projects as well. So you get your discs here, but it does also have, you can also purchase an online option, but I do have the discs, and then it does cover some art appreciation as well as your sketching lessons. Okay, so our electives, the first one is French. For French, we are still using DK French for Everyone, and also this year we'll be adding Duolingo. Our next elective this year is Nature Study, and we are doing a National Parks of the UK study. So I have got the How to Teach Nature Journaling, a book from John Mears. This is the teacher book. It's not, you don't obviously use this with your students. This is a teacher book for you to read. We are using, as I said, the National Parks of the United Kingdom book. We're actually going to be visiting all of the national parks in our school year as part of our field trips, which I'm really excited about. So there are 15, as you can see, scattered throughout the United Kingdom. So we've got some in England, Scotland and Wales. This book just gives a brief explanation about them, what the history of them, what's their activities you can do. And as I said, we're going to be going to visit them, which I'm really, really, really excited about this year. And to go along with, I got the nature notebook from School Nest, so we can keep record of everything we find, our diary of observations, and I also got the DK Encyclopedia of Nature. Our next elective is notebooking all about dogs, so I got the Dog Lovers Learning Journal for her. I also got the Atlas of Dogs to go with it, the National Geographic Kids Dog Breed Guide, Doodling for Dog People, and this book of the dog, which is all basically art prints with dogs featured in them, which is so fun. I really love this book. This will also cover her non-fiction writing as well, so we're gonna have lots of fun learning all about the different dog breeds. We have Logic as well as another mini elective, so I got her the Logic workbook for gritty kids. This looks really fun. And then the final elective is for Design and Technology, so she has got her Make Do cardboard construction kit, which she is absolutely loving, and I already need to get more screws because she's having so much fun making things out of cardboard. And then I also got her the Usborne book of paper engineering because she loves making things out of paper as well. And as part of our Dragon Academy, when we're making the picture book for children, there's an option to make it interactive, so that this is going to become really handy for that, because it shows you how to make pop-up books and things like that in this book, so I know that's going to be really useful for her when she's making her picture book for younger children. There it is, the 3D. I actually made a picture book for younger children in my last year of primary school too, so that's why it's such a fun project for her to do. The child I actually made for the book for lived close to us as well, and years later I'd see them and they'd be like, "Oh, you were the girl who made us the picture book." It was really cute. So I'm really excited to see which one she makes, and obviously for her to gift it to the child that she picks. Okay, so some fun extras I got to go along with for our year. So we got the watercolour with me in the jungle and in the ocean. So the ocean one will go with the Wings of Fire book 2 for Tsunami, and technically speaking it's in the rainforest, but in the jungle we'll go with Glory's book, which is which is watercolour with me as well. Then I got polished gemstones, rock, mineral and fossil kit. Those are both for our geology unit, as are the geodes. I also got her the professional rock tumbler and the refill pack to go with. For art, we needed some watercolour pencils, some new pastels. I also need to get some watercolours still, some Ticonderoga pencils, and then these pigment liners, which are great when you're adding detail to the watercolour books. Science, I also got her the Science My Chemistry Lab and this crystal set. And some school nest notebooks. She's got the 6th grade notebook, science notebook, and a reading journal. Okay, now some of the books we're going to be reading together, read alouds, and also independent reads. I haven't assigned everything to a category yet, but I'll show you what I've got so far. So we have Why 1111 Answers to Everything. This is definitely going to be going in our morning basket, as are, it's a morning cart, and I alternate the books throughout the year. Animals Would You Rather. So that's got 200 fun and silly scenarios. It's just a fun warm-up activity. The National Geographic Kids Big Puzzles book and the Animal Quiz book. We have The Hobbit, the Jungle Book, puzzle book for dogs, again, morning time basket activity book. We have got The Cricket in Times Square, The Call of the Wild, Infopedia 2019, 2021. We have got Rebel, Animals at Risk, Stories of Survival. We've got the Illustrated Dictionary of Science, so this has got the physics, chemistry and biology all in one. We also got a Science Saurus, a student handbook. It's got all the different science types in there, so life science, earth science and so on. Dragonology, the complete book of dragons. Working with Monsters, a course in monstrology. Infopedia 2023, George Orwell Animal Farm, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Underwater World, the Big Quiz Book, the Kingfisher Science Encyclopedia, DK Human Body, a fact for every day of the year, that's going to be morning time basket, Rebel Dogs, Heroic Tales of Trusty Hounds. We have Courageous Canines, The Incorrigible Children of Ashton Place, The Unseen Guest, which is book 3, Warriors, Fire and Ice, Warrior Cats, Into the Wild, The Incorrigible Children, Mystery Howling, that's book 1, Mysterious Howling even, The Rescuers, Marjorie Sharp, Treasure Island, Little Women, and The Wind in the Willows. So that's everything I've got currently for our readers / read alouds. This does not include our history readers or read alouds. If you watch my previous video for when we did Story of the World, I'll be using a lot of those books again, but instead of them being read alouds, a lot of them will be independent reads for her, because obviously she's older now. So yes, that's everything in my haul today. So if you've got any questions, leave them below. If you want any links or anything, then definitely let me know and I'll be happy to put them. But thanks for watching. Take care. See you soon.